So coming out of E3 last year, the buzz was very good on a game called Moss, which stars a little mouse named Quill, and it's a PlayStation VR exclusive. And I was looking forward to this game because, like every other VR aficionado out there, you're always looking for these games that are going to move the needle and get people talking about virtual reality as a profound video game friendly experience. And there have been some good games that have really showcased this technology in some wonderful ways. But Moss, I think, is something very different. Unfortunately, it's a little too short to really make this massive statement that says, look, you absolutely need VR gaming in your life. But what you get out of this experience is irrefutable. It is a beautiful game, and I think it really showcases how you can make VR experiences that are chill, that are about sort of sinking back into your chair, but also leaning forward and leaning into the experience, but not kind of pushing it. Not like, almost like those early 3D movies where everything was kind of coming at your face and you're swatting away things. VR has a propensity to do that, and a lot of VR developers are just sort of, toying with the technology and just showcasing all of their skills at manipulating 3D objects and stereoscopic 3D and, putting objects all around you and stuff all around you. Moss doesn't really do that. Moss does have a full fleshed out universe and an environment and a world for you to kind of explore with your head and by leaning around obstacles and stuff like that. But really, this is just tried and true gameplay with a character that you love and this little mouse named Quill. But you are also another character. You play the reader, and you sort of interact with this world as if you were sort of diving into a storybook. And the storybook conceit starts off right at the beginning. You're flipping pages on a book as a narrator kind of tells the tale of this world. And we get to know some of the other characters that populate this world, and we're sort of moving through pages in this book. At first, it all feels a little precious, and we've certainly had a lot of storybook kind of designs with lots of video games in the past. But as you get lost in the fairy tale kind of environments, and we get to see all of these beautiful animations that Quill has, you also see your own reflection in water and puddles and things like that. You really feel connected to this universe, and that's what I have to applaud Polyarc the most for, is that they really crafted something that felt tactile. You feel like you're in this world. And Quill, as she's maneuvering through this, the ruins of fallen warriors, because there is this really cool design piece in here where we have all of these old busted pieces of humanity juxtaposed against these beautiful, ornate, tiny little worlds that are mouse-sized. And these mice are so cool. They ride squirrels as if the squirrels were the horses in this kingdom, and it's absolutely beautiful. And you do encounter some enemies. You get into some fights with these corrupted bugs and crabs that can shoot at you. And then there's lots of these really interesting puzzles to solve that aren't too difficult, but really reminded me of some of the environmental puzzles and challenges that you had in games like Prince of Persia. The way the levels are kind of laid out for you, you feel like they can stretch on forever, and that's a fantastic job by the artists at Polyarc. There's this real extension outwards, but they're really contained. You're moving from room to room, and you have to solve the puzzles within these rooms and unlock the doors that give you access and grant you access to further rooms deeper into this tale. And what you're really trying to do is defeat this giant corrupted snake and some of these mechanical, baddies that you'll meet up along the way, and rescue your uncle who is trapped. And it doesn't take a long time. I streamed this game the other day, and I streamed about just over 2 hours of the game. And I wasn't far from the end. And I didn't realize it until I went back the next day, and I was playing with my wife and my daughter. And my daughter was entranced, by the way. She was just absolutely captivated by the beauty of it. And she's only 6, but I did put the PlayStation VR headset on her just so she could look around and sort of feel what it's like to be in the world of Quill and Moss. And she was gobsmacked. She was absolutely blown away, and she wanted to wear it more, but it's not good for little kids, so I took it off. But she watched while I played on the television. And there were a couple things that really connected for me, is that the design of the gameplay is solid, and it would work and it does work in VR, but it would also work on a two-dimensional screen. And Quill is a fantastic invention, an amazing character. Definitely a lot like Mouse Guard, and the comparisons are kind of easy to make. The mouse with the sword, and that comic series has been around forever, and apparently it's being made into a movie at some point down the road, which will be cool. But we don't normally get to play as mice with swords and move through these magical, mystical, tiny kingdoms. And it's all so beautiful. But it's brief, and at the end, I was like, I want more. I want more of this, and there is a tease of more, and I really hope that more is coming. But just like I was transfixed by the wonderful Lucky's Tale by Playful, and less so with the 2D sort of sequel that was put on the Xbox One. I really love the idea of Lucky's Tale, and I said to myself when I played it, this is an incredible VR showcase, but this character in this world could exist in 2D and still be super fun, and that was proven to be true. I feel that exponentially more for the world of Moss. This is an amazing world that has been created for us, and I just wanted to stay in there forever. I mean, there are echoes of some of the best stuff that we've seen from Fumito Ueda. Certainly there's a Disney-like kind of quality to everything. Quill is just engaging as hell. She'll ask for little high fives. You can, move in with your face because you've got the helmet on, and look her right in the eyes, and she looks right up at you, and when she defeats an enemy, she might kick it and sort of shake her fist, or she celebrates every time she finds a little scroll hidden in the world. I'm talking a lot about this game because it matters. It's a really cool game, and I feel like this is one that everybody can play, and you can put the headset on everybody, and it will be entrancing and technically amazing, but also accessible and approachable and addictive. And I think it could very well change a lot of perceptions about how to build great VR games. You don't have to stand up, and you don't have to reach in and move all over the place. That's fun too. That kind of room scale, huge adrenaline rush is great, and it's a big part of VR for sure. But I also feel these more intimate and approachable, very crafted, very tuned, very orchestrated, creations like this have a very key part in VR gaming, and also I guess we'll see a lot of AR gaming like this. For now, this is one of the strongest games that you can pick up for the PlayStation VR. It's a lower price title, and it's a shorter game, and it's one that you're going to want to go and play through again, but it's also going to be one that you're going to want to share with a lot of people because it's absolutely beautiful. I really wish it was longer. That's my biggest complaint, is I just want a lot more, and I hope we see a lot more. I'm going to give Moss an 8.5 out of 10.